If you want some high-tech savvy motherfucker, I'm sure you can find one on the internet. That's not what this is, obviously. Don't you dare expect that from me. I play music 'cause it makes me feel better when I do it. I'm not trying to be famous, I'm not trying to make money. I just do it 'cause it's cathartic. I do it 'cause it's better than the state I was in before I started. And that's why people should do things. Not for money, not for clout, not for validation. And I think that maybe earlier, in another time period, we weren't so obsessed with approval, but that's all people care about now. Case in point, if you get called a name, something that you're probably not anything like, but people will say that because, you know, if somebody's calling you a racist, it's because they're probably a racist. I mean, it's classic projection. Anytime that you say something that people find hard to hear, it's just so much easier for them to just label you something. You know, I know this better than anybody because, you know, I've always been a conspiracy theorist. So it's just so easy for people to just say I'm crazy or I'm paranoid than to have to consider what I'm talking about. I mean, if they wanted to prove me wrong, all they have to do is look it up. But they're not going to do that. Because I think that they have the sneaking suspicion. Oh my goodness! Sorry, I'm getting annoyed right now. They have the sneaking suspicion that I'm not wrong. They don't know that they have the sneaking suspicion because they're not aware of anything, least of all themselves. But that's why they won't look it up. I know this from my experience with talking to cultural Marxists, talking to leftists, okay, like anytime that I try to have a conversation with them and, you know, I'm educating them about Planned Parenthood, I'm educating them about psychiatry, I'm educating them about who Adolf Hitler was really working for, and yet they don't want to know. It's like I didn't say anything, you know? Because if they looked up what I said and they realized that I was right, then their whole reality is shot to hell. And so I think that there's a psychological reason why people aren't looking up information that would better themselves and would teach them about the world that they live in, you know? There's a reason why they don't want to do that. And I will say, I think it has a lot to do with, like, you know, the lack of a belief in God, you know, because people that don't really have a strong belief system, that's why they tend to fall for shit like Marxism, because, you know, Karl Marx, his whole goal was to dethrone God. He didn't destroy capitalism, but he definitely dethroned God, for sure. I mean, well, you can't technically do that because God will never be away from his throne, no matter how much Karl with a K, so very gay. didn't take care of his family. Probably the shittiest example of a human being that has ever existed. And so it makes sense why shitty human beings would go along with his crap shoot of a political philosophy, but whatever. It makes sense though, because he was very angry and bitter towards the world. He was an alcoholic. So of course, naturally, he's going to attract those kinds of people to that mindset. And it's just sad, you know, like I wish that I could stress to these leftists that, you know, the answer is always upstairs, you know? All the stuff that they're doing is just futile. It's a means to an end. But, you know, if you're of the material world, and I don't think you have to be on the left to be of the material world, by the way. That's why I hate the right so much. Hopefully it'll all come to a close pretty quick, though. That'd be really awesome if, like, politics could inspire creativity. That would be really awesome if politics could inspire people to get off their ass and do something different. But one of the reasons why I'm so opposed to technical progress, it's not enough to be opposed to social progress. You have to be opposed to technical progress as well. That's why I don't take people on the right seriously, because they don't give a shit about technical progress. Because it makes their life more convenient. All those motherfuckers shop at Walmart, okay? They're obsessed with their little conveniences. That's what they think America is. That's why they say they appreciate freedom. They appreciate freedom. They appreciate being enslaved by the monetary system so they can buy really crap products at a rollback price that are made by some fucking Chinese boy. Like, that's why they love America. I mean, maybe there's merit to, like, why leftists are over there, you know? Like, I mean, I know from my own personal experience that, you know, I didn't see much conservatism in conservatism. You know what I'm saying? It just didn't make any sense to me. Why people would align themselves with political philosophy and do the exact opposite of everything that they say. But I guess everybody has that problem, huh?